Hey man, listen, it's your boy Alix Get Energy. I got my good brother Marcus Jones here. I just touched down in Dallas, Texas, man. This is actually my first time in Dallas. You know, I came out here to build relationships. I always tell you about how important it is to build relationships, right? So I'm based in Atlanta, and my main dealership that I send a lot of my clients to is the dealership in Atlanta. But I got so many people in Texas, in this area out here, and I'm all about making sure that I'm sending them the reputable people that's not just gonna sell them a truck, but people that's also gonna just make sure that the due diligence is done with the trucks. That's what I love about the dealership in Atlanta. They're not just trying to get the trucks off the lot. They're actually doing a full diagnostic on it, and they're willing to spend anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 on the engine before they sell it out the door. So shout out to the people here at Dallas. Real receptive. The relationship is built, so I'll be able to send them there, man. So look, I came here and I hit up my guy. I let him know, look, I'm in town, man. He stays a whole hour away,
Yeah.
and he still pulled up on me, man. And he in the game as well, man. Tell him a little bit about what you do, brother.
I'm Marcus Jones, blue collar CEO on IG. I do oil and gas industry. I also have 26 trucks where we do we're a multi-faceted trucking company where we do flatbed, reefer, step decks, oil field, and vac pneumatic. I've been in the game for 15 years.
I love it. And y'all just heard it, right? He said he in the oil industry. And look, I don't know nothing about the oil industry. That's his lane. But that's what I love about trucking, Marcus, is that it's so many different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to get money in this industry.
It is, bro.
You got the drive-ins, the flatbeds, the hot shots, the car haulers, and then here you are, you went in a whole different lane. So what made you go into the oil industry, not just the regular?
Well, I kind of got, like, I'm from Texas, bro.
Yeah.
So when I started, I was cutting grass at like Tarrant County, like a little regular county job.
Yeah.
And my partner introduced me to the oil field, and that's when like the fracking era, or like from 08 was just getting going.
Yeah.
So I caught it on the wave, and shit, that's all I knew.
Yeah.
I knew trucking, I knew oil field. I didn't know really reefer, drive-in, and nothing like that.
Just because of where you lived at.
And then the pandemic came and washed that away, and then we just started to diversify.
Yeah.
And it's been one of the best things we ever did.
Right, I love it, brother. I love it, man. I know that's like a totally different industry than the 18-wheelers, like as far as like the hauling of the freight. That's totally different, right?
Yeah.
What would you say one of the biggest differences it is between what I do as far as the freight versus what you got going on? What's the biggest difference, you say?
It's more like it's more production. It's more production game. The oil field, the world moves, energy moves. So like right now we're in what you would call a tight market where we don't have enough oil to actually do what me and you do every day, as get up and go to work.
Yeah.
Do all kind of just our regular days of life. We don't have that, so we have to be ahead of the industry. So as when the world shut down, it put a fluctuation where we was not even working at one point. They actually was selling oil. The oil people were selling oil to the refinery.
Oh wow.
It never happened in history. So it didn't. Once that happened, it just transcended to where we just so now you had like 2020, you had like nothing, like gas was low, all that stuff, Alex, and then boom, now it's back high, inflation. So that means we don't have enough oil. So that's what we have to do. We have to be ahead of you. Like before the pandemic, the world, we was ahead of it, just like the ships.
Got it.
It's similar to the ships.
So let me ask you this. So now that we in 2022 now, is it a better market for you guys as far as what you do? Is it better now for you? I know you said y'all had shut down for a minute.
Yeah.
What's the market like now, though?
Oh, it's the craziest it's ever been, bro. Oil is
a good thing, right?
Yes,
Okay.
when it comes to production. And oil is at $92 a barrel right now. We need more trucks in that industry.
Got it.
Like that industry right now is hurting for trucks. You're averaging, in a pneumatic space, you're averaging between 8,000 and 16,000.
Okay.
And in what I would call, if you just had one of these regular trucks and you put a chassis on the back of it like you was at the port, you can do about 8 to 12.
Yeah, so everybody's favorite topic, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to know about the breast. So you just said just now, like right now it's the craziest it's ever been, right? So on an average, don't even give me highball. I hate talking highball numbers, right? Give me an average take-home profit that you could probably see with a truck in the oil field right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna go pneumatic first.
Okay.
On a pneumatic average right now, take home.
Yeah.
Because see, the difference in the oil game and the reefer game and the flatbed game is the less miles you run. I could damn near do 2,000 miles a week and my truck do 10,000.
Gotcha.
And so that's where the game changes. Like,
Got it.
Like it's gonna, and I can damn near do 2,400 miles. My truck do 14,000. So when you start looking at your fuel consumption, you in the 15 to 12 to 15% now.
Yeah.
It's different, bro. On your bring home. On your net.
Got it. And I love that. And I'm assuming the drivers get to be home every day, right?
No.
For the most part, no? Okay,
No.
let's talk about that.
As far as drivers, Alex, it takes a certain type of a guy. Like oil field is more of like I would call it like there's two people. A guy that wants a job and a guy that wants to work.
Okay.
It requires the guy that wants to work.
I like that.
It requires the guy that wants to go out here and like really build legacy or do something for his family different. So it's gonna require that guy that wants to stay out 2-3 weeks at a time. Like the well runs, and say we was on the oil well, it's gonna run for like 3 to 60 days. And so you're gonna need to be able to commit to like somewhere in there. Like so most guys that really want it, they're gonna be out there 30 days.
Wow, so that's a sacrifice. Damn, I'm thinking that it was I had it all twisted. Okay, so shoot. So let me ask you this. I love what you just said just now. There's a guy that wants to work.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that just wants a job.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, when you want a job, you just gonna come to work and do bare minimum. When you want to work, you got something, you got a family, you got something you're going after. Man.
Right. So let me ask you this, because this is not something that we see a lot of people into. Like I personally don't know a lot of people in the oil field, right? Especially our people. Like just keeping it real. I don't really know much of our people.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's not as popular as the regular trucks that we see riding every day, the 18-wheelers, the drive-ins? Why do you think that it's not as popular?
Exposure. The main thing, I didn't find out about it, and I'm in my backyard. Literally, I have the Barnett Shale. It's one of the biggest natural gas reserves. I'm talking about literally got oil. Like we probably could find a well right now.
Right.
In my backyard, I didn't know what's going on. It's all about exposure. It's all about us not knowing what's going on when it's going on.
Right.
And right now, every time that ticker, the oil field goes up, like by September, it was like a 400 billion a year. Now it's like 700 billion this year.
That's crazy. Just in the oil.
One industry.
Right, because I know the trucking industry is like almost 900 billion a year. So you're saying just in that one niche.
Just in that little niche.
Yeah.
And when you talking about trucking, you talking about flatbed reefer, everything. You talking about like just production, sand, water, and oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really dope. But what I want to know is, because obviously, I think the reason why a lot of people don't try different industries is, one, you just said the exposure, but number two, the intimidation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like with the 18-wheelers, I was able to really simplify it and show people, even if they were brand new to the game, how to get the truck, how to hire the drivers, get set up, and find loads on day one.
Yeah.
Is the oil industry more so like a relationship-based industry where you got to kind of know somebody who has the work, you got to kind of get in? Is it like not where somebody can just jump in and just be
for a carrier, or just like regular
as a carrier?
As a carrier, it can be, but I got that. My course teaches like how to get in, find the right and it's up to you to work the relationship out.
Right.
That's gonna be I can put you in the door, but I can't
Push
make
you to drink.
I can't make you drink. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So is Texas like really the only place, or is there other places, other cities in the country that have this, or do they have to migrate to Texas?
No. So you have the biggest gas shale in the world is actually in the Marcellus shales, PA, Ohio, West Virginia. So that's the biggest gas shale in the world. You have North Dakota, that's another gas well. Yeah. You have a little bit of Colorado. You also have Texas. This is where the oil is, though. Texas is more where the oil is. Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, those 4 states that's around there. Yeah. That's where it's at.
So if you live in Texas, it's really advantageous for you to hop into this field, being that it's right in the backyard. But those other states that you named, if they're in those states as well, they can still pull it off, or?
Oh yeah. Okay. Everybody around the region know, like this, we service the oil field.
Got it. So one more question. I just want to make sure I'm clear on that. So if somebody decides, okay, I want to get into this lane, maybe not even the owner of the truck, but does the driver have to at least kind of be uprooted to that state? And does he have to? Do you suggest that they move there, or do they just have to be prepared to stay there for at least a month or two?
I would suggest them to be prepared to whatever they suggest, whatever they work out with the owner.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saying, hey, I'm gonna go in for 3 weeks and I'm gonna go home for a week.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna go off for a month and I'm gonna go home for a week. I've had guys in the past fly in from all over.
Got it.
And they just, what they do is they'll find somewhere there where they can leave their truck and they'll just fly out of the airport.
What would you say is a downside to that industry?
Just what happened in 2020. It's one of those industries where it's like right now it's a strong need.
Yeah.
Strong need. So it's going to be up for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But it has greed has no measure on it. You can't measure greed. So everything has this greed in it, and then you have the war that's coming up. So a lot of stuff is pulling that way. But then it does anything like any industry, it saturates and goes back the other way.
Absolutely.
So it's a get in, get it right now type game.
You know what? When I hear you say that, Marcus, it just really lets me know how important it is for us to diversify. It's important for us to be able to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I've mastered my lane, I'm the reefer, flatbed, heavy haul. I'm in that game.
Yeah.
But there's times where the car hauling is heavy. It's times where produce is heavy, right? It's advantageous to have a reefer during certain times of the year.
Bro.
It's advantageous. You know what I'm saying? So I love trucking, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. How I got it set up now where I'm touching everything, I sleep better. Because I had all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
With the pandemic, we had 65 units on one thing. Boom, we had to fire everybody and everything. Now I sleep better because I'm doing everything. And I think that's a must in trucking.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're in a drive-in space, flatbed space. I think to look at it all and say, oh, this is a better way to grow. Or I can go at this customer, I can go at that customer, I can go at that customer. So I think there's so much to learn in this stuff, bro.
It's crazy, man. I've been in it for 10 years. You've been in it for 15 years.
So much to learn.
And every single day we still learn. Like I'm learning something right now just talking to you. I've been in the game 10 years.
I'm going to Houston in a little bit to learn from somebody. It's so much to learn, man. You can't never stop learning this trucking, bro. You stop learning this trucking, you're gonna get beat. You're
gonna get left.
Yeah.
You're gonna get left.
You're gonna get left behind, bro. For real.
So man, listen, man, if you watching this video, I hope one of the lessons that you learn is if you taking this trucking game serious, you want to get into this game, don't be a one-trick pony, right?
So,
do not be a one-trick pony because, he just told you, 2020 happened, it shut him all the way down. But if he didn't have the knowledge or even the resources to be able to pivot, you feel me? So, I love it, man. I'm gonna be bringing more conversations like this to y'all. I'm gonna be linking up with other superstars in the trucking industry. Like one thing about me, y'all, let me tell you, I've been blessed, man, with a huge platform. I'm super gratitude for the platform that I built. But one thing about me, I've never been afraid to share it, right? Like Marcus reached out to me, man, and just showed me mad love. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple things happen with some other people around us, but he didn't let that affect our relationship. And that's why I rock with him, and that's why I'm introducing him to my platform. You feel me? So we brothers, man, we already minorities in this industry, and it's super important that we work together, that we support each other, but most importantly, it's important that we motivate each other, right? Like, this is my brother, but it's also a sparring partner. Like, I need y'all to understand, everybody that's successful that's around me, they had other people that were successful, right? Shout out to the Circle of CEOs. Those are my brothers, but in our group chat, we talking about some heavy stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Marcus bought a PJ. You understand me? Neo just bought 4 of his dream cars. He building a multi-mansion in Atlanta. And instead of us being jealous of each other, it motivates each other. Like as soon as I start getting comfortable, I look in the group chat and they doing something else. And it's the same thing when I watch my brother, when I hear about he got a shop. He got a shop, right? You got a shop and stuff where you fix the trucks at. I don't got a shop, but I'm like, damn, that's a good idea. Right? I'm under contract right now. I'm getting ready to buy land. I'm like, look, I got to get a shop too. If my brother, he look just like me. If he could do it, why can't I do it?
That's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of us working together, Alex. Like, we don't do nothing but sharpen each other. Like-minded elevate, bro. That's it. Like-minded elevate.
Stop pocket watching. Stop hating on people, man. Right? Support each other, because when you support each other and you show love, this is what happens. Right? Collaboration. Now my people gonna know about him and vice versa.
Yes.
Come on, man. It's your boy Ask Good Energy, Marcus Jones, Blue Collar. We in Dallas, man. Let's get it.
Yeah.